It's Friday, everybody, so let's get you some free picks here, courtesy of PipsNBA, my co-host here on the Pick and Roll live stream. We go live here, right here on the Board YouTube channel every weekday morning. This is the Hammers NBA content division, and of course, we're covering the NBA today, along with the two free picks that we have for you, and we're going to be betting them at BetMGM. We have two different SGPs available. Viewers, you can choose to tail right away and ensure the best price, or wait around and hear Pips' handicap for both of the plays as we progress through the show. We'll recap yesterday's plays that we had on the show so we can keep it as transparent as possible, as always. And we're going to discuss today yesterday's incredible game between the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics, a potential NBA Finals preview before rounding up the picks and finishing off the week. So, if you're ready for today's show, help us out, support us, and hit the like button to drive us up in that YouTube algorithm, especially if you plan on tailing the picks today, and subscribe to the channel so you're always up to date on exactly when we are giving out the picks and when we are going live with the content over here. Let's just take one last check-in on the picks today to ensure that we have the prices available for everybody to bet, and yes, we do. Let's go ahead and start with pick number one. This is in the Heat and Thunder game. We're going to be going with Jimmy Butler on both legs of this SGP, under 24.5 points, and over 3.5 assists. So expecting Jimmy to get a lot of the defensive matchups today from the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll hear the handicap in just a moment here. Second play of the day is in the Rockets and Blazers game. Apologies in the typo here, but it is a -120 SGP for Anthony Simons to get 25 plus points. And after a while away, we're going back to our guy, Alperen Şengün, for 18 plus points. He's been killing it as of late. Hopefully again today. Want to give a quick shout out to a few of the mainstay viewers here. Badger Boy, Alan Churn joining in, as well as PJ Cummings. Thanks so much, everybody, for coming through supporting the show today. All right, let's turn it over to Pips for the first time here. Let's see the handicap for this Jimmy Butler play.
So most of this is how Thunder defense works against the drive heavy wings. And so far this season, they contain them very well. This is Jimmy Butler against above average defense this season. And as you can see, he's nowhere near close to covering this line, under in 14 out of the 16, average 18.4. He's also performing way better at home. This is a away game. This is a back-to-back away game after scoring 14 points against the Dallas Mavericks, who are the worst defense in the league, as we spoke. That's the part of it. The OKC defense works that they are giving up spot-up shots, and we can see on the graphics they are inside. They are, I will say, above average in everything. They are top 10 paint defense. Bottom right here, we have similar players as the Jimmy Butler. LeBron James, 19 points. KD, 20 points. Kuzma, 14 points. Leonard, 20 points. Banchero, 23. Franz Wagner, 15. So on average, players similar to Jimmy Butler average 20% less points against the OKC Thunder, which is 4.5 points, one of the biggest differences in the entire league. So this is a very difficult matchup. And as they collapse on drives, I expect a lot of drive and kick from Jimmy Butler here. Since the Kyle Lowry departed and Tyler Hero injury, Jimmy Butler took way more playmaking responsibilities. He averaged over 10 potential assists a game. So we are going with 3.5 assists over in this one. As I said, a lot of driving kicks from Jimmy Butler tonight.
Very interesting on this one, the way the Thunder play defense, but we're going to hope Jimmy Butler is kept at bay here, but sets up his teammates in the process. Let's move to the second pick of the day. This was in the Rockets and Blazers game, and we have Anthony Simons, as I said, going over on his points at 25 plus, and we also have Alperen Şengün on his 18 plus point line. As I said, Şengün has absolutely been killing it as of late here. Pips, let's go over to you again to hear the handicap for this one.
The most of this handicap is Simons has to have an insane usage in this game, and even if you take a look at the last 5 games where he got some minutes, 26 field goal attempts against Miami, scored 26 points. Terrible shooting, still covered against better defense. Memphis Grizzlies, 23 field goal attempts, 30 points against the Wolves, the best defense in the league, 34 points on 26 field goal attempts. Last game against OKC, who like doubled him, throw everything at him. He still ended up scoring 29 points. And yeah, I just think his usage on this Portland team with everyone out, Ayton is out, Sharp is out, Scoot Henderson is out, Brogdon is out. So like it's Simons. Like it's Simons taking like 35% or more usage. And earlier this season when they played the Rockets, it was not that long ago, like a month and a half ago, like 6 weeks ago. Simons had 33 points, and it was a game where Brogdon played, where Grant played, and where Ayton played, and where School also played. So everyone was in. Simons still cashed easily with 33 points. On the other side, we had in the same game we had Shengun with 30 points against Ayton. Now he gets the read inside. That's just no brain. Alpi, he just scored 45 on Wemby. He just scored 23 on the like Clippers defense, who double teamed him like insanely. Like whenever he touched the ball, double team came, double team came, double team came. He got up to 23 points. So I just like this one. Together it works well. I know that Houston Rockets won't do many double teams on Simons, and he should be able to clear this. And also lately, Houston allows a lot of points to pick and roll ball handlers, and overall they are happy if he's pulling up. Like if they can get Simons to be a pull-up shooter the entire game, I think they are more than happy with it. They don't want him to get to the rim, and they don't want any spot up for wing guys. So I see insane usage for for Simons and a good matchup for Shingun here.
Go. That is the two plays that we have on the slate today. Let's go into the recap of the previous show's plays here. And it was a bit of a nothing day here. 0 units for this one. Easy winner as Domantas Sabonis crushes his over 20.5 point line. He had 17 at half, ends up with 31. But our other play here, Jaylen Brown goes crazy, has a terrific game against the Denver Nuggets, as we'll talk about in just a moment here. Ends up going over this one very early and ends with 41 points. So not to be here. Let's start with the winner, Domantas Sabonis. Was the matchup as expected here for Sabonis against the Spurs. And by the way, Sabonis, a steal and a dunk in the last 10 seconds to win this game for the Kings. What a finish to this one as well.
Yeah, this was like one of the easiest of the season, exactly as the planned and worked well. Easy cover. Spurs even stayed in the game, almost won. So or everything as planned. And then we can talk about Jalen Brown having the best season, career game. This is the best game he ever played, the best game I ever seen him play. Yeah, it's a lot about the Nuggets taking away everything from Jason Tatum. They just like decided like, okay, if Brown is going to beat us, let it be. And but also, I think this is the first time I ever saw someone cooks Gordon that badly. Like Gordon couldn't stop anything from Brown, but it was one of the best games of the season. It showed us how modern NBA looks like. Long, athletic players that can switch everything, guard everything, shoot everything, and like do all kinds of stuff. Like every player on both sides of the team, both this team can do bunch of everything with a good size. And we had seen Porzingis and Jokic like modern NBA five. Yeah, everything we can hope for, and maybe actually we see that in the finals. Mic is off. Your mic is off.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yes, 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 yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay. Sorry about that. Um, let's go to a bit more in depth in this game here because it's possibly an NBA Finals preview. Um, yeah, just sum up the overall game here. What a performance by Nikola Jokic. I mean, this is the ultimate. This is the MVP. I think he showed it yesterday. Whatever you throw his way defensively, he'll figure it out. You know, if you're doubling him, somebody's open. Jokic is going to find him. You can't stop him from doing that. He had 11 assists yesterday. If you leave him in single coverage, he'll take it to the rim and finish over your center. He had 32 points on top of the 12 rebounds in a triple double here. Doing this against like the premier team in the NBA. Yeah, do you looks like Pips dropped out here. All right, I'll keep myself started here. Okay, he's back. Um, I don't know if you caught what I said, but just I was just
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
I see.
Jokic's amazing game here. Um, yeah, if this is a playoff series in the end in the NBA Finals, how do you think these teams stack up against each other?
I s- I think healthy Denver can win this. I mean, they showed us last night, even with the best ever game from Jalen Brown and good game from Porzingis. I mean, it kind of goes down to the best player on the floor, and the best player on the floor is by far Nikola Jokic. Uh, I don't understand. I see so many people talking about Jason Tatum not being in a MVP race because Ipson stuff, like terrible stuff, because he's not top five players in the league, and he showed us last night. I mean, Jason Tatum is a great player, but he's not there with the best guys, like top five guys. I love Jason Tatum. Maybe the point, his side of it is he's good on defense, unlike other guys that are up there, like like Doncic, like he's way better than Luka on defense, but Doncic is another level on offense compared to the Jason Tatum. And I spoke about it a lot, and it's also been a thing last night when things got late into the game, into the clutch. They are setting up for terrible shots, and yeah, it's when shots are falling for Jason Tatum, he's the best player on earth. But there are times when shots are not falling and he doesn't have many counters. He still ended up step back shooting, and that's not efficient basketball, especially late into the game. So but yeah, I think the thing is, as you said, Nikola Jokic being the best player on the court, on every court in the entire world. So he last night was amazing. Even like they won against the Celtics when they made four threes in the entire game. No one beside Jokic stepped up. No one on the team had any like. No one on the team had a great game offensively besides Jokic on Nuggets, and they won pretty comfortable late into the game. And on the other side, you had the best career game from Jalen Brown, and still wasn't enough. So it will be interesting. I think if they are in the finals, it's 7 game series. But I think these Nuggets teams can do well against these Boston Celtics.
Yeah, if they certainly if they defend like this. I mean, Aaron Gordon is oh my god, Aaron Gordon is so good. He's such an important player for this Nuggets team. He actually produced pretty good offensive numbers here, but defensively, he was great in this one. And we spoke about the way to beat the Boston Celtics, and the way to beat them is to force them into these bad habits. I know it's only a 2 game sample size here,
Yeah,
but Jason Tatum, fourth quarter against the Cavs, he shoots 1 of 9. And in this fourth quarter against Denver Nuggets, he goes 1 of 5. So reverting to these bad habits is the only way Boston are going to, I think, lose it all on the route to a potential NBA championship. And we continue to say that the only
and
team that's stopping themselves really is themselves, especially if the Nuggets are going to make life so difficult in a potential series. Obviously, Nuggets would have to get to
yeah,
the finals. That's not a foregone conclusion, but what a performance.
yeah. I would like to see in the some like form of the playoffs healthy Knicks somehow being healthy going against the Celtics with
Yeah.
OG out there. It will be very interesting to see how they're going to handle that kind of defense. Last night, what the Denver Nuggets did is play Jokic at five and everything else, mostly in drop, some hedges, but mostly switching everything up. And they're switching everything up. Then what Celtics does do is okay, they are switching. Okay, let's try to make create a mismatch for Jason Tatum. And then they spent 15 seconds trying to get a mismatch for Jason Tatum. They finally do, and the double teams come and they are like panicking last 5 seconds and taking like four shots. So seems like switching up, and every team that did well against the Celtics mostly were switching and doing some good rotations. That's the thing. I spoke about it a couple of times last season on the show. When you switch up, you kind of mess with their offensive flow. They go to this a mismatch hunt, and you need to spend a lot of time to create like this mismatch. Like you need to set at least like 2 to 3 screens to get a good mismatch. So you spend like 15 seconds out of 24 on those, and then it's like 8 seconds on the clock. He's ready to take isolation, and double team comes,
Yep.
and it's a swing, turnover. Poor shooter end up shooting. I mean, there's no poor shooters on the Boston Celtics, but you get like some other guy like Jalen Brown taking a three, or Porzingis taking a very long three, or yeah, it's Jokic is smart. Like I think it's like more him preparing the tactic and strategy against the Boston Celtics than Malone. So yeah, I think it's very interesting. Like, and if you remember so many times on the offense when Jokic is taking the ball over the half court and he's saying everyone where he needs to be, what they
Yep.
need to run, and get it. Like this couple of alley oops for Aaron Gordon, it's insane. Like they run it every game, like
Oh
five
my
times,
God.
and no
Yeah.
one ever defended it well. Yeah,
Dude, there was one play, Jokic drive. I forget who was defending it, but he drove, spun to like his right, spun back to his left, and as he was spinning, sees the double out of like Drew Holiday double out of like the corner of his eye, and then just kind of sky hooks a lob to Aaron Gordon at the rim for the alley oop slam. Like that play there, like some of the passes, just any game you watch, like you're just absolutely mesmerized by some of the passes he comes up with because he
yeah.
just
I
knows
would
where
say
everyone is all the time.
I'll say their core five players offense is like unstoppable. You have like KCP and Michael Porter Jr., one of the best shooters in the NBA in the corners. You have pick and roll between Jokic and Jamal Murray, with Jokic being pretty high, and you have Aaron Gordon in the anchor spot. So if double comes, like Jokic can put a blindfold and hit like every like either hitting KCP and MPJ for like 45% corner threes, or hitting Aaron Gordon on alley-oop dunk, which is signature play. And if double doesn't come, it's Jamal Murray wide open mid-range or Jokic cooking inside. Like you can't do anything. Like
And even if the play is perfect defense, Jokic might just still score. He might just
yeah,
do
yeah.
something crazy
And
and still
and
score.
I think Boston defense was pretty well for the most of the game. Like they played great defense. And yeah, but KCP, man, KCP defense is all NBA this season. He is doing insane. Like if you like watch the game and then like watch KCP for 5 minutes, he is tremendous on defense. Like it goes and under the radar because everyone else is great, but KCP on defense another level. And on the other side, he can pass out of the pick and roll. He can shoot mid range. He can shoot threes. Like KCP is such an like championship role player, like one of the
Perfect.
perfect
He's
guys to have on
perfect
the
fifth
team.
man.
And then they have also Aaron Gordon, perfect role player to play on a championship team. And then they have Jokic and best shooter in the league and Jamal Murray. Like it's insane. But on the
And
other side, Celtics are kind of the same, just
yeah,
because like late into the game they got to the bad habits, and on the other side you have Jokic who'll never make a mistake in the entire game. So yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of like that.
It's really remarkable. The Lakers gave up or just gave KCP away. There's a reason he's a two-time champion. I like to
And
talk about the fifth man a lot. He's perfect for that.
yeah, other night I watched Caruso, same type of player. Like
He
he
was
does
also
a
on the
bit,
Lakers.
yeah. he also was on the Lakers. Like they got rid. Like I would give everything to have like KCP or Caruso over even D'Angelo Russell or like Hachimura, or that's
Oh
not
yeah.
even like comparing. And like, I will give three of those players for one Caruso or KCP, because they are like one of the best perimeter defenders in like last 10 years. Can shoot, can play make, can do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's insane.
Absolutely. All right. That's enough on the Nuggets. As you can tell, we're fans of Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. They've really kicked on in the second half of the season here and are making a push to go back to back. But that'll do it for the show today. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Make sure you do hit the like button if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel. Keep up to date with all our content. Let's give you those picks once again here on the recap. First play is in the Heat and Thunder game. We're taking Jimmy Butler under 24.5 points and over 3.5 assists. That was plus 105 at BetMGM. Second play of the day in the Rockets and Blazers game, taking Anthony Simons, 25 plus points, and Alperen Şengün, 18 plus points. That was minus 120 at BetMGM. Not available currently at ESPN Bet, but if you're watching later on in the day, I would recommend strongly to check in on their alt lines before placing this at MGM or anywhere else where you choose to place your wagers. Thanks so much again for watching, everybody. Hope you all have a great weekend, and hopefully we're back here on Monday celebrating a 2-0 day to round off the week. Thanks again. We will see you again very soon.